David, you made it again today. First, it's been a while. You've lost your touch. Hello, Emmanuel. How are you? Hello, Juanpa. Thank you for that, Juanpa. Male 23, Costa Rica. Ah, you've been having to work on Sundays, David. Okay. Wookie Wookie. Hello, dear. Wookie Wookie says, I have something to say. We all have something to say. So hang in there. Let's just do the greetings, and by all means then. Juanpa says, Mehran, have you seen the new teaser trailer of the new Star Wars? Yes, of course. What do you think? Ibsy Ibs says, hello there, sir. Ready for that weekly knowledge. Okay. Zoltan says, hey Mehran, how are you doing? How is the tea? What you got today? Well, the tea actually tastes great. Oh, nothing better than a wonderful tea in a cozy atmosphere when outside is raining, wet, and you feel all good when you're inside with a good cup of tea. I have today chamomile with no additions to it from Stash. It's one of my favorite tea bags. It's pretty good. It has a good enough balanced flavor in it. And Emmanuel says, okay, let's say, oh, I was talking about tea. We got so many. Wookie Wookie says, thank you so much, my friend. You helped me so much during my exams. I'm not sure if you remember, I waited earlier this morning to see if you would go online. I managed to hand in that paper. Ah, good. It's done? Finished? Today was the day you were handing it in? Wookie Wookie says, and it was because of you. Bless you. I'm currently off for Easter and I showed my parents you're helping me. Thank you again. I'm delighted to hear that. Thank you for sharing that with me. It made me feel very good. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Good job. That's how you deal with life. When there are troubles that is not in your control to fix them and it has to do with the other people's behavior, then you simply focus on your life, focus on building and accomplishing your tasks that you had set out to accomplish. Don't let them to break your strides. You focus on your path and let those things deal for themselves, and at least you take a break from focusing on the nonsense or the garbage or what's concerning you and pay attention to what's really time sensitive and attend to your responsibilities and duties. And then when that is over, then you can sit down and think about it. I don't know, deal with it however you seem to find it to be fitting. But anyhow, I'm delighted to hear that. I'm proud of you and good job. Good job. And I'm sure you love what you have accomplished. Just imagine if it was the other way around. For next times and different things in your life, remember, if you had given in, if you hadn't done and attended to your duties, and you allowed something that in the future, short future, near future, you wouldn't even care about the happenings. And if you would allow that thing to take the chances that you have to accomplishing yourself away from you, you would have kicked yourself. You would have really be depressed that why did I let such opportunity go and allowed it to sacrifice what I really had to take care of, my real serious life. I'm glad you listened. I'm glad you focused. You had it in you to be of substance and you proved it to yourself, and good for you. Keep that in mind for anything such as that happens in life in the future as well. Wookie. Good. David says it's raining here too. Dallas, Texas, male 23. Dallas, Texas. What days you guys are going through in United States? What kind of challenges you all are facing because of your present administration is being the way it is. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. Ibsy Ibs says, I just wanted to say that I fully recovered from my ex. Aha, good. I had a chemical imbalance in my brain, hence why I was so miserable. Been taking medication and I feel so good. Okay, good. You checked with your doctor. Good. Thank you for your help as well, sir. Glad I found your channel. Delighted to hear that, dear. Delighted to hear that. I'm sure you've talked to your doctors and you're good. And if so, do some exercise, light exercise. Keep your body fit. Keep yourself energized. Focus on life. There's so many wonderful things in this life that could await you. Explore them. All right. Emmanuel says, male 26, Boston. Mikal, or is it Michael, or Michael, or Mikal? Hordalek. Male 24, Czech. Says, hello, sir. How are you? Thank you, Michael. Glad to see you again. Can you tell us, what does it mean to be a nice guy? Psychologically. Not just in relationship, but generally with friends, co-workers. What is the mindset there? Could have many meanings, but let's go beyond that. Why nice guy? Nice person, nice human being. Nice things. What do you call nice things for? Why do you call something nice? Because it brings harmony to you, brings a good feeling to you, brings security to you, adds to the quality of your life, makes you feel it makes it all worthwhile. Makes you feel to be proud to be part of it. So you want to feel that's the role you play in life, in the societies that you are raised and living, in the communities you're there, and the bigger picture, bigger community is Earth itself. Live in such a way that you will build something out of yourself while you're actually contributing to the well-being and bettering in affecting the life of others on this earth. That makes you feel good. That makes you a nice guy. And there's so much power in being a nice guy. You're so much above it all. All the bullshit and nonsense and the bigotries and mentalities that don't measure up won't even be a concern in your mind as far as they don't measure up. You're way above it all. You've elevated yourself because you believe in a lifestyle and a mentality that will enhance the quality of life on this earth for you, your family, and everybody else. It doesn't mean to go and help everybody all the time or just to be at service of it. No, it just means the way you negotiate your life, the way you attempt to better yourself, the way you become aware of you, the center, your center, the effects of your psyche on you, the effects of the fragments of your psyche, their role into who you have become, how you're negotiating your life on a day-to-day basis. Do you understand why you feel the way you do? Do you understand the role of your desire in the way you see things, you act and react, your ego and your fear, your pursuit of pleasure? Why? If you understand all these, then you understand the effect you make on earth, on this society, should be in such a way that you will also give chance to the others to experience that psychological security that you are after, that you feel it's important to you, that good feeling of being part of a positive forces in the universe. To help people if you can. And helping people if you can could be as simple as not harming anyone, at least purposely. So that's the meaning of nice guy. Make something out of yourself. Be happy. Let your happiness be built on your own back, not dependent on things, materials, or what other people do for you. It's about what you do for you and what you do for the environment that you live in, for the life that you're sharing with the others on this earth. That's the meaning of nice guy. Have I said enough? I think I have. So, Wookie says, I handed in this morning. You helped me. I'm currently writing my other papers. Okay, great. Good. Juanpa says, male 23 Costa Rica, Mehran. Can you lose a consciousness bond with someone once you have achieved it? Yes. Why could that happen? Because consciousness is a dynamic thing. It's not like you attained a certain level and that level means your consciousness is not subject to modifications or reactions to the events that are happening out there and how you perceive it, how you size it up and how you react to it, and what more information and experiences in the form of knowledge is being accumulated in your memory, your consciousness, which would be responsible on the basis for your future thoughts and reactions toward things as they happen. This modification is happening every day, continuously. Therefore, what would affect your field of the known, your consciousness, what will affect the weaves of the fabric of the grounds of your consciousness reacts to the same event differently than the weave of the fabric of the field of the consciousness of your whoever you've bonded with. Well, and that effect means there are changes happening in each of your consciousnesses on continuous basis based on all these accumulating events that leave their imprints on your consciousness and how you deal with them. Different experiences are created, therefore it keeps dynamically changing the shape of your consciousness, conditioning of your consciousness, which means it's also possible to lose the bond because you're developing differently. Okay, let me put it this way. Imagine you're standing in front of a tennis wall, you know, where while you're waiting for a game to happen in a public court, you're just hitting the ball to the wall, a concrete wall with a line through it, and you're just practicing. You and the wall. You hit it, the ball comes back, you hit it, the ball comes back, and so on. So if that's concrete wall, it has a certain different way of responding when you hit the ball to it. It comes back in maybe a different velocity, a different angle, depending on which angle you hit it, comes back in a certain angle because of the characteristics and quality of the surface, the wall, the concrete. Now, if you stand in the same place as you just hit the ball to the concrete and you saw how it was returned, in the same velocity, same way, you will try it again, but this time they will take the wall away and bring a trampoline wall, one of these elastic walls that it's bouncy, but it's placed vertically so you can, you know, when you hit off of it, it'll come back. Now, if you hit the same ball you did just a minute before to the concrete wall, you'll see it go somewhere else. Different velocity, different angle, different response, different imprint on that wall, new wall, the plastic wall, and different reaction, response. And the same thing with our consciousnesses. Depends on what kind of a conditionings have created that weave of the field of the known, of the base where the consciousness is being developed, then the events, reflection of the events would be different on it, and the reaction of the consciousness based on the conditionings as received through the years or through the events will be different. And that could be the beginning of unbonding. Which again, the question could be why that happened. Well, you know, it depends on the fears and the reasons, desires and the ego of the person, which goes to on a different tangent, expects different things and is attracted to different things and thinks that he can complete himself or better himself or finds security in there, illusory security in there by the way he has changed his behavior, which causes different conditioning in his consciousness, and so on and so forth, and conflicts and divisions will come about. Hope that would be enough for you to think about. Otherwise, probably it would be a longer conversation. Helen Olskaya. Hello, Helen. You never told us where you come from, Helen. Olskaya sounds Russian. Am I correct? You have a Russian background? Or maybe... Anyhow, remember, male, female, how old, and Where are you guys tuning in from? Helen, get on with the program. Observe the protocol. You're giving us bits and pieces. 45. That's it. No male, female. Know where you come from. Ah, there it is. US. Ah, okay. Says US, welcome. It's spring here. Well, yeah, it's a spring there, but it's raining here. It's a spring here, but it's a raining spring. Actually, spring's supposed to be raining, isn't it? Emmanuel says, Mehran, why is it more common for girls to leave boys than vice versa? It's a long discussion. We don't have enough time to talk about it here. But let me give you a little bit of starter. And he continues, says, have they found a weakness in us and now they're exploiting it? It's not a war to think that the girls are out there to exploit you. I'm sure there are many girls out there, many women in the world that want to exploit the guy, and there are many guys out there who want to exploit the woman. But that's not the true representation of what a man or a woman should be. But why do they leave? They're not crazy to leave for no reason. And just as the guy is not crazy to leave for no reason. Now, these reasons may not be agreeable with you or somebody else, because everybody has different plans and different tastes and different expectations, and for them the reason could be a reasonable one, but for others could be unreasonable reasons. But generally it has a lot to do with knowing what you want in life, where you are in life. If you know yourself enough, if you know why you're in a relationship, if you know what you expect from your partner, and to what level you hold him or her responsible for your happiness and accomplishments, and to what level you expect and hold yourself responsible for achieving that happiness that you're looking for. And if you don't hold yourself responsible, you're always looking for the other to provide that for you. And then when it doesn't happen, because it will not happen, nobody's going to bring you happiness. It is your job only to take care of that. And when it doesn't happen and you're lazy, you don't want to work on yourself and find what makes you happy and bring that to your life, then you think it's your partner's fault. Then you leave. Now, whether you're a guy or a girl, you leave. Because you think it's his or her fault that you're not achieving this status that you're looking for. Whether it's financial, emotional, or personal development, you're always trying to find reason for your, to legitimize, whatever the word is, I can't say it today. You're trying to give yourself enough excuses for not having accomplished what you're responsible for, and you want to blame somebody else. Then, in order to actually show and prove to yourself that it wasn't your fault that you are where you are in life, you leave the partner. It's not because you really think there's something wrong with the guy or the girl. You want to prove to yourself that it's not your fault, so you leave the partner. Because you know it's your fault. You know it's your responsibility. But you want to say no. You want to blame someone. And you want to say, no, I couldn't make it. I couldn't be happy because of you. So I'm going to change the environment. Everybody's trying to change things when they can't make it happen, which has nothing to do with changing. It's like saying, I can't figure this out, so I'm going to change the room I'm sitting and go to the other room. Then I can probably, suddenly get the jolt of intelligence and solve the mathematic problem. No, it won't happen. And the same thing with the relationship doesn't work. They think if they change it, they change geographical area, they change activities. Okay, let's go sport together. Now let's go to dinner. Let's dress up. These are all physical interference that you're trying to use to solve a psychological, emotional balance and challenge. And it happens that most often girls hold the guy responsible for where they are in life. So that's why more girls leave the guy, because they feel, well, it's his fault that I'm not having what I want, expected in this life. So I'm going to go somewhere else. Like the sparrow jumping from one branch, thinking the next branch will have, you know, I don't know, different kind of environment, different goodies, different things, and that brings that security that the sparrow is looking for. So many women think under that illusion that they're not capable enough, while they should think that they are, that they can bring about that security they're looking for through their own accomplishment. They don't need somebody to bring it for them, but they have been somehow expecting that to be done for them. And when it doesn't happen, when they don't take the responsibility for their own achievements and accomplishments and success, they get disappointed, they blame the guy, they leave, because they know their lineup of guys waiting for them to please them. And mistakenly, they think those guys actually have her best interest in mind and they want to bring happiness to them, rather than knowing the fact that those guys are just there because they look for pleasure. They want intimacy. That's first and foremost in their mind. Well, they're heterosexual male, they're programmed to love women, to want women, to pursue women, and that's their number one reason. But that whole pleasantly at the outset makes the woman think, oh, they're valuing me more. And everybody wants to be valued, especially if they don't think the value is within their own heart and through their own accomplishments. And they're bamboozled and manipulated to think that it's supposed to be provided through somebody else's efforts. That will bring that confusion, and they will act on something that they will constantly be doing the same, because always going to be the same results, and they'll be disappointed. And that doesn't mean that guys are better than the girls in these sort of things, but that's the percentage that you're perhaps focusing on. Because there are women who are amazingly tolerant, educated, responsible, and they have a better life than the ones who keep changing. Don't forget, these are just a certain percentage of women. That doesn't represent the whole totality of the female population and their mentality. You know that there are many women around the world who are highly educated, amazingly dedicated, accomplished, logical, reasonable, successful, kind, and we love them because they're the center of the universe for us men. Everything is going around them as far as we're concerned. And so because that is how we feel, that's what most men feel about women. Therefore, naturally, women feel, they're in demand. And it makes it a little bit easier for them when they're on the fence to leave their boyfriend, to leave their husband. Because they know there's always going to be somebody else desiring them, wishing them, and wants to do everything that is possible to bring happiness for them. But they don't understand that it's not because they really love her, because they love themselves and they're programmed to look for pleasure, intimacy, and to bring that chapter of life for themselves. So anyhow, it's a long story, I guess. It's a very big discussion here. So and don't forget, this lack of responsibility and shallowness extends to many, many men. Why? Because look, many men are ignorant of the fact that the woman has dedicated her life to them and the family and brought that comfort that they were hoping for, gave them that psychological security that helped them to focus on their careers and do whatever it is that they wanted to accomplish. And if you look at it, many men who don't come from good mentality and understanding what the value of life and loyalty is, they leave their woman when the woman is not as young as she used to be when they met. Which tells you lots of guys are also irresponsible. And they're looking to continue their journey through pleasure, and the lack of ability to make something meaningful out of themselves and out of this experience of life makes them have the propensity toward pleasure and find another woman who they can feel the shortcomings of their life through sex and intimacy and a new venture with another younger woman. So it goes both ways. Maybe women leave men when they are much younger, but also men have the same kind of a lack of faithfulness, and they leave the woman when she's no longer as young as they used to be when they met. So it all has to do with the conditionings we've all received, men or women in life. So it's not limited to why women leave men more, because there are lots of men who leave women when they're in a good position in life, when they have money and success, and then they leave to a younger woman, which is so stupid, because they can never have that bonding that they had created through the challenges of life with their present wife or girlfriend. Sometimes men or women, when they are in the low point of their lives, they become attracted and they feel balance and they work together and they become attracted to their partner and they stay. But when they become successful and that low part of their life is gone, suddenly they feel like the first person that I don't want him to know who I was is this partner. So she leaves him or he leaves her. So the new relationship would not know about their background, would think of them as what they are today, which is beyond the problems they had yesterday. That's again shortcomings and lack of appreciation of the sacrifices that each have done for each other to bring that level of comfort and accomplishment to each other. It's like they don't want anybody to know. I remember, I don't know if I told you guys this little story. I was traveling back from Germany to Vancouver years ago. And I got talking with the stewardess. And she was a very nice girl, and we chatted, and she opened up about her problems. Because I could see there was some kind of a energy fluctuation in her. So when we were chit-chatting, I brought her up and said, something seems to be concerning you. She said, yes, of course. So, okay, so she elaborated. She said, I had a boyfriend that he had problems of speaking. He was stuttering. And she said, I spent money, sent him to a therapist, language, speech therapist, and it took a year or so, or a few years, or whatever it took, I don't remember. He overcame that, and he was no longer shy. He was outgoing. He could speak properly, and everything. His problem was over. And the first thing that he did, the guy left her, and that exactly is what I said. Because the guy knew that this girl knew who he was, what problems he had, but she was still fine with it. She helped him to grow and to get rid of that problem. She was the angel for his life. But the idiot left her just because the ego didn't want anybody to know about his challenge that he used to deal with. So he wanted to pretend that his center is changed. He's no longer that person, instead of using that to empower himself and to be proud of himself and his girlfriend that they overcame that challenge. Instead, he wanted the new people not to know where he was in life before and think that he just appeared from another planet. That's so stupid. Everybody's been somewhere. They come from somewhere, and you want to cover that up? That's pretty stupid, isn't it? So he left her because he wanted to pretend to the others that I am this. I've always been this. Smooth talker, and could speak properly, and had no challenge. And so that's shameful, but it's really shame on them who cannot appreciate that kindness of the girlfriend. So anyhow, this is one example of that sort. Let's go on with Don. Don says, hello, lovely Mehran. Hello, lovely Don. He says, hope you're well, my dear. I still painting walls. What kind of wall is it? Grand Wall of China? What is it? You're going to end up finishing all the paint in the world for that. How big is that house? Are you living in Windsor Palace? Are you? Bobby Necro says, male 29, UK. Thank you for that. And he says, what are your thoughts on self-esteem and confidence and getting the best out of yourself and life? Good. Next. What do you want me to say? It's a general question, could go for hours. Look what happened just with Emmanuel's question. It was a small question, but turned out to be such a long discussion. If you go on my channel, which you are right now, but you can type in, confidence, self-esteem, or confidence, or esteem, and you are bound to get a bunch of videos. And perhaps that would be more appropriate, because again, you choose the video and let's watch it. Otherwise, this is a big open-ended question. Risha Sharma says, hi, I'm 34, female Indian. Hello, Risha. So after my breakup 4 months back, I'm afraid that I will not find any good person. Oh, really? So out of this 7-8 billion people, 7 or some billion people, there was only one guy that was good, the rest just not? Think about it. 1.3 billion of it is right there in India. And out of that, forget about the rest of the world. One? Or are you telling me you don't have the patience to go through the aisles of the supermarket to find what you're looking for? And you say, well, I looked at one aisle, it didn't have it, so it doesn't have it. I gotta go to another store. Is that what you're saying? Or it doesn't exist. I should just not eat today because, I don't know, they don't have bread. It was just one aisle. Go to the other aisles. Keep walking. Be patient, in other words. Risha. Emmanuel says, it negatively amazes me how weak my willpower is in comparison when I was 16. When I was 16, I decided to do an experiment with my body to not eat anything for 5 days, and it came out very well. Well, it was a very stupid thing to do, not eat for 5 days. What for? What experience? Experience in life should be balanced, not extreme. What are you trying to prove? You want to be Buddha? Even Buddha was eating something. You're trying to advance your mind or your confidence through physical challenges, not necessarily the most successful technique. Mind has a rule and body has a rule. You have to observe these rules for both of them. You can't be sitting around and keep meditating, chicken tandoori, Spanish paella, hamburger, and then expect to be full. Oh, I'm not hungry anymore. No, rule of bodies is you gotta eat. Or you can't be eating constantly all day, say, oh, I'm gonna have a strong mind now. No, both have their own rules. So not eating for 5 days, what for? Eat properly. Like, I don't know, depending on your diet or your goal. If you're an athlete or if you just want to test something, whatever it is, you want to be healthy, balanced, I don't know, get up, have some aloe vera, have an avocado, or maybe have a tea or some plant-based protein powder, protein shake with some, I don't know, dried beet powder with L-arginine and so on in it, create nitric oxide, maybe a small scoop of spirulina, few berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries in it, and then mix it and have it, and that's a good breakfast. Or, I don't know, a couple of eggs, whatever it is that you like, but balanced. And then you can go on with your business. You go to exercise and come back and eat something. Just moderate. Well, 5 days for nothing, for why? For why? And Emmanuel says, now for a reason I don't know, it is super hard for me to control my hunger, because you've been conditioning yourself to eat a lot. Neither that nor this. Balance. Shouldn't the willpower get stronger as you mature? No. Willpower is not your tummy to get big or small, or it's not getting stronger because the age goes higher. It's a conditioning. It's a training. It's like saying, shouldn't I be able to play better tennis or better volleyball or better soccer as I get older? Not necessarily. Depends how much exercise. Should I not get better in playing piano or guitar when I get older? Not necessarily. Depends on how you train yourself, what kind of a training you put yourself through. He says, I don't know what to do. I can't do any diet. Well, you don't have to go from this to this. You go from this to this. Like, decrease a little bit. Let your body get conditioned to the new way of doing things. Then the expectation of the body will not be as much as you used to eat. It will adopt. It will learn. Increase your metabolism by exercising. Talk to your doctor. Make sure that it's all okay. Don't do what I'm saying. I'm just suggesting things. But you have to take care of it yourself. Do your own due diligence. See what's good for you. But generally, if you're healthy and your doctor says you're healthy, just have a little bit of a breakfast, which is not all bread and stuff like that. and mostly protein, then exercise, eat leafy vegetable stuff too, and don't eat rice so much, or bread, or sugar. Put these three things aside and eat moderately. Already within 6 weeks, you will lose quite a bit of pounds. We don't need as much food as we eat every day. We just think we do, or it's there. We eat for fun. We don't necessarily eat for hunger. We eat because we want to deal with things that are going into our mind. We're impatient, we eat. We don't feel great, we eat. We're depressed, we eat. We think eating is doing something. That's why we do it, because we want to do something. We don't know what to do, so we eat, because we say, oh, I'm doing something for it. But that something is not what the something should be for what it is you want to accomplish. So figure that out, which I'm sure you can do it. Remember, I've talked about the diet that I put myself through, which was through lots of exercise and eating very, very different and healthy. And so within what? A month, I lost 15 pounds, and about 2 months, it was about 20 pounds. So from 195, I came to right now 175, 173, 174, hovering there. That can happen, and I don't feel hungry at all. I got up, had my protein shake, no sugar, with berries and all, just as I explained, and then nothing through the day, maybe some nuts and some berries if I got hungry. Then I went to the gym at the end of the day, then came back and I had beans and tomato and onions with curcumin mixed, simple food. And my body learned not to get hungry. So it's all about conditioning. You can do it. For sure you can do it. Nasro says, my dear Mehran, Nasro 21, female from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Hello Nasro, how are you, dear? Just letting you know I lost 30 pounds. I'm very happy. Oh my goodness, good job, good job, good job, good job. I hope you lost it healthily and weren't rushing into it. Good job for you. Good for you. Muhammad says, triple alpha. Says 29 from Arabian Coalition. Uncle Mehran, the father, the friend, the dude, the mentor, the guru, the teacher. I miss you so much. It is a weekend treat to see you live online and online. Well, delighted to see you. Thank you for the kind words. And he says, all the love, respect, hugs, and admiration from me to you, sir. I thank you very much, Muhammad, for the love, for the kindness. And I send the love and kindness and hugs back from Canada to all of you and to the one in the Arab world. Now, I missed one year. Wayne Harmon says, hi Mehran, Wayne 46, Ireland. Ah, Ireland, what a beautiful place. Says, your videos and live chats have helped me recover from recent breakup. Super chat is a good idea. Yes, I think super chat can always be on, but I think I will call one of these meetings or events as just super chat. So in other words, everybody got to shell out. Why? Because there are lots of things we want to do on this channel, and we need to advertise and get exposure and let people know we are here for support so they can reach us and get help, but they don't know we exist. And for the life of me, whatever I'm doing is not really showing that much of a big difference in the subscribers, even though some of my videos are like 300,000 or more viewers, or maybe 20,000, 50,000. But our subscribers number is what? Just shy of 17,000. We're not even 17 yet. And it's been 6 years. So I think there's something wrong in the way of we trying to expose the channel. So we need to advertise, and I've hired someone to, you know, help out with getting the live talks known and all that. So we need money. We need to focus on how we can do that. So anybody who is trying to you know, benefit from the channel or finds it helpful, well, I guess maybe a day we will have a super chat. Could be some project. VJ says, hi sir, I'm VJ33 India. My ex came back after her cheating, so what should be done? Don't ask me. How do I know? I don't know what the circumstances were. I know girls are so important for you in India. Of course, they're important everywhere, but I'm talking specifically due to the cultural limitations that makes it difficult to kind of, you know, without interference of the community and society and gossip and blabbing, for two people to get to know each other, and you know, you find other girls and so on. So you kind of say, oh, she's back, and you don't look at her as who she is. You look at her as pleasure. Oh, pleasure is back. Go beyond that. See who she is. If you can build something with her, if she's committed to a relationship, or she's running around trying to see who does more for her because she doesn't want to do anything in life, she doesn't want to take responsibility for what she can make out of herself, she wants some guy to do it. If that's a kind of girl, move on. If she wants to simply be part of a team with you together, then you guys can build something together if you're both responsible to bring happiness and success and accomplishments into your lives. Rather than one of you sit and say, okay, I'm a girl, then you go and do everything, and at the same time, I want to just, you know, have no accountability and do whatever I want to do. Perhaps I leave you. I mean, that's really not a solid ground to build anything on that. Or the guy says, you know, I just want to do work outside and come home and do nothing. No quality time, no help around the house. Just want to feel like the old traditional way of being, you're the woman, you got to do all this. That's bullshit too. So you got to be balanced and help each other if you want to build something. Otherwise, if you want to use each other, nobody's stupid. So find out who she is beside what she represents, which to you in that environment could be, ah, a woman, ah, she likes me, or she allows me to touch her. You got to go beyond that. Women is a lot more than what you guys tend to limit her to be. Just a pleasure source. No. Find out if together you can team up to build something out of this experience of life, other than just using each other for pleasure. One of you uses it for intimacy, and the other one says, okay, I've got everything in life. So that's a trade. That's like how it was 100 years ago. So anyhow, find out who she is. See if you guys can, you know, communicate properly, bond on consciousness level, trust each other, believe in each other, find out why you like each other, why you want to be together. Is it for the opportunities? Do you love each other? Or do you love what each one of you does for the other one? That's not love. That's loving what she does for you. That's loving that she, for her, is loving what you do for her. That's not love. To know each other, figure out who you are, bond on consciousness level, then in time you may fall in love. So that's my answer, I guess, for that question. BMW Tony. Okay. Says, hi Mehran, 24 Mail from Germany. Ah, guten Tag. Wie geht's heute? And he says, just saw my ex on social media with another guy. So big deal. What did you expect? To see her with another girl? There's a possibility, but there's also a possibility you would see her with another guy. What? Wouldn't you be going out with another girl? Would you be sitting at home all your life? Obviously, it's naturally you will go out with other girls and she will go out with other guys, and that's fine. What's wrong with that? Don't be surprised. And he says, and it's totally tearing me apart at the moment. Why? Why? Why would it tear you apart? You're in Germany. So many beautiful women out there. So many pleasant women. So many educated women. So many dedicated. So many wonderful, wise, available women out there. Your culture is not limited. You can interact, socialize, find new friends, and then see how you bond on consciousness level. So, and then go on from there. Why should you be devastated? Okay, so what? What is she, the last girl on earth? Last girl in Germany? I can see the title of the movie. The Last Girl in Germany. Don't look at it that way. It was an experience. The duration of that experience came to an end. You left, she left, whatever happened, who gives a shit? Move on. There's so many other possibilities in this world. This life cannot be summed up in one relationship or one woman or one man. Move on. There's so much more. Expect more from yourselves. Don't limit yourself to, oh, that girl. Why? What has she done that is she so special, that you're so in awe? Oh, she's gone with another guy. So what? What has she accomplished in this life? What has she done for the humanity that she's so super special? Nothing. She's beautiful physically? Well, there's so many other beautiful physically out there. So choose them. Oh, because you don't know them. Ah, don't be lazy. Go out, introduce yourself. You'll be surprised how many women out there would like to get to know you. You be nice to them, honest with them. Be yourself. Be a good person. Then you will attract a good woman. You want to just trick them or get into their pants, that's all you think? Well, you may get some, and then that's the kind of girl you will find. So don't lose hope. She's not the only game in town. You're just 24. You have no business thinking that, oh, this woman was the one. No, you still don't know who the hell you are, let alone knowing what you really want. So hang in there, enjoy yourself, do your things, do your job, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Accomplish that. When you're about 28, 29, 30 years old, you begin to know what you expect from women, what you expect from yourself, what your goals are, where you are in life, and then you pursue to qualify at that time. No, it's just a warm-up game, you know. It's not the World Cup yet, it's not the European Cup yet, it's just warm-up game, friendly games. You learn the game. And then, pretty soon, in a few years, you're ready. Right now, that's okay. Let it go. If she doesn't pay attention to you, she doesn't deserve your attention. If she doesn't pay attention to you, she doesn't deserve to have your attention either. So, move on. Don't worry. And he says, although the breakup was 3 months ago, I totally set me back. No, it didn't set you back. It's your mind. You think you should be set back. That's your conditioning. Oh, I saw her, and she's now giving it to another guy. And that means that other guy is better than me. No, that's nonsense. No one is better than you because this girl is going out with him or not. What? This girl is the measuring stick for what value guys have, and the ones that she's not going out, they're all garbage, and the ones that she's going out, they're all good. And then what happens when she leaves this one? Suddenly this one that was good because she was going out with him is no good anymore because she's not going out with him. Oh, who's she? So don't put yourself in that category. You bring your own worth and value with the way you handle yourself, manage challenges in life, what you accomplish in life, where you're going in life, and that's all up to you. You're the boss of you, not her. Move on. Helen Olskaya says, Mehran, I'm nervous about how people hooked up with people with Facebook, just basing on the looks and their profile. Yes. It seems to me people do not use reason and critical thinking anymore. True. We've been conditioned to not be patient, not to look for quality, look for just getting it over and go to the next one. It's always the next one that you're thinking. You never focus. People today don't focus on what's in front of them. They always focus on what's there, what's not here, instead of focusing what's here, what I have, what I'm happy for, what I appreciate, gratitude for, what I'm content with. None. They always think about what I don't have, what I want to have, what I want to be. I'm this, I want to be that. And until I'm that, I'm not happy about what I am, which is this. And when I'm that, I want to be something else. Because when I'm that, that's the same as being this. Because when I'm that, then I will call it this. And then that means I'm not enough. I got to be that. Because that's what I've been conditioned. We've all been conditioned to feel we are not enough. We got to be more. And for that moreness, we're always thinking about the next thing. Excuse me. The voice is going. By the way, guys, I don't know if I mentioned or not, I will be going on a trip, hopefully, by 1st of May. So from 1st of May to hopefully towards the end of May, like 21st or so, I will be having live talks from a different location, different place on this earth. And hopefully that would give us a little bit more different atmosphere and a little different energy. I'm excited about that. I made a video for you guys yesterday, and I think it's an interesting video, but I'm having a hard time uploading it because I did it with the new camera, which is better camera that I used, that my other better camera, and it's probably is a big file. So all last night I had it on upload while I was sleeping, and when I got up it was only 40% uploaded. So I had to stop it because nothing else works while I'm uploading. My Wi-Fi connection here. I called the company to change my Wi-Fi carrier, and they didn't want to let me go, so they offered a cheaper bill for the next year. So I'm beginning to think that's not going to do it, because I still want the quality of the Wi-Fi service. I wonder what the grain is like, what the quality of the picture that you guys are seeing there. Is it good enough? Is it still lagging? Because I really want to move away from this weak connection of Wi-Fi that I have. That's why the upload has taken so long. It is such a low speed. So anyhow, I hope that we'll be able to upload that thing and you guys enjoy it. And that also can help to bring a little bit more attention to why you feel sad after a breakup and why you are lacking the opportunity to feel good. Perhaps that would be a video to watch. And Helen says that lots of grapes and stars. Helen, are you making wine by any chance? George L. George L. Sounds like George Lucas. No. Says George 27, Canada. Ooh, Canadian, eh? Says, sir, hope you're doing well. I have been crushing life and med school, now in surgery rotation. Going out to celebrate my buddy's birthday, and just wanted to say thanks. You're quite welcome. Delighted to hear that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. George says, my ex reached out to me, and honestly, it hit me that I deserved so much better. Thank you for helping me get to the point I am at and recognizing my self-worth. Please, sir, keep changing people lives. Please, sir, keep changing people's lives. You changed my outlook on life, and it has made me a better person. Thank you. Delighted to hear that, George. Delighted to hear that. Well, if I had this testimonial earlier, I would have included it in my new site. By the way, the new site, guys, is pretty much done. I'm just waiting for the last tweaks here and there. My programmer is working on it, and hopefully he'll have enough time to finish it this weekend. But every little thing I have to wait at least a week, because I guess he's busy and I don't have that kind of a priority, I guess. And remember, when you go to the new site, you will see new things there. And if you guys seriously need to talk to me, you can always go to my site, click on Talk to Mehran on Skype. It's a new title for it on this new site, but still the old site is functioning. So if you're still on the fence to buy the ebooks, go and get them now, because in the new site they're like few dollars more expensive now, because the ebooks are just dirt cheap, you know. 360 pages of book is like what, $5.99? Doesn't make sense, does it? But we did that for a few years, and now it's time to move on. We need money. So and so click on Talk to Mehran on Skype and make an appointment, and we'll discuss what's concerning you on Skype. That's what I do all around the world with people who need it, all around the week. So one Skype call away. And don't forget, and we have about 1,500 videos on this channel now, about 400 of them about the fragments of the psyche, contents of the psyche, thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, material process, psychological, illusory psychological, security, pleasure, mechanical process, order, all what affects how we deal and negotiate our day-to-day life. And of course about 1,200 of it, or 1,100 of it, is all about things. 1,100 videos, altogether about 1,500 videos about how you can handle yourself after breakup. Almost anything comes to your mind after your breakup, there's a video about it. So God knows why we can't have all people around the world notice our channel, and instead you all have told me that there are channels out there that are not really helpful, don't tell you much, they just want to sell you something, and they don't really give you the whole discussion, just a teasers, where in this channel you get the whole discussion, whole solutions in the videos. On top of that, then you can talk to me, but you don't have to talk to me, everything is in the videos. But we still don't find people, or people don't find us. So I need you guys to share the videos you like on your social media. If you have connection with any kind of a, I don't know, TV program, radio program, university radio station, newspaper, just let them know if they like to take a look at our channel and the content. Maybe they want to do an interview with us and put us on the map. Help us to get known, to be known. Anyhow, having plugged all that, let's go. And don't forget, just because I finished talking about it, just do whatever you can to help the channel to be, you know, known and to be, you know, discovered more than what it is. And Ross says, hello Mehran, male 30 UK. I was ill this week, off from university, and I started thinking about my ex again. Oh, of course, when you're sick, that's what comes to your mind, one of the first things, who I left as I had to move hundreds of miles away for studies. I still think about her, even though it's been ages since we last spoke, and I know she has a boyfriend. Since me, I've never met anyone as caring, humble, and beautiful as her. There is a word missing here. Yet. You can't say she was it, no one else like her. Well, have you seen everybody else to make that judgment? No. So stop turning them into that anomaly. All right. And I have never met anyone as caring, humble, beautiful as her, and I can't get over that I left her. I know I did the right thing for my career, but I regret not giving the relationship a go from long distance. It would have not worked anyhow. So stop that illusion. You had the right reason, and you had the reason at the time you made that decision, and stick with it. Right now, what's really getting into your nerves is because you were sick and you miss. Of course, when we're all sick, what would we do? We think about a woman to care for us, to makes us feel good. And if you had a relationship, you will always be thinking about your ex. Even if it's 6 years older, you still think about it. It's 6 years gone. If you don't have a girlfriend, you're not in a relationship, and you could, even if you are, you could be thinking once in a while. You know, it's just a thought. Doesn't mean that you should follow the thought. It's just based on your need or desire, emotional desire at that moment. It doesn't mean that you should pursue it, or, oh, it was a wrong decision, or I should have done this. No, you did the right thing at the right time. Remember, at the time one makes a decision, one believes that that decision is correct. Now later on you come up with new information that could alter your decision, but that decision, that information was not available at the time you made the decision, so no regret for what you made. You made it based on what was available, how you were feeling, what your needs were. Now you don't have those needs, everything is being handled, and you think, oh, I still wanted that candy. Well, the day you decided not to have the candy was because you were getting fat, or you were getting, you know, too much sugar in your blood, and you decided, oh, that's not good for me. And that was right. But now that you've lost weight and all that, say, oh, I should have had that candy then. No, now it's a different time, and you're in different shape. You can have the candy, but not the same candy, a different candy, because there's not only one candy in the world, there are all kinds. So go on, find another girlfriend. Stop being a wussy. He says, I tend to think a lot, probably too much. Yes, you do. I'm not as attractive and emotionally strong as I used to be, so girls don't like me as much. I feel like I believe great. I what? A great thing. No, that's nonsense. First of all, your equation is wrong. Girls are not looking or coming to you because you're good looking. It's just, girls do not choose boyfriend in the same way that guys choose girlfriends. We are wired differently. We are visual. We look at the beautiful woman, and that's what attracts us. That gives us a reason to want to be with her. And to each one of us, beautiful is different. Every woman is beautiful, but due to the taste that we have, we find what's beautiful to us. So when you see a woman with aesthetics and physical beauty that pleases you, that's what you're attracted to. And that's why you want to get to know her. And you say, oh, I'm in love. Oh, she's the right girl. And you don't know anything about her, but suddenly she's the right girl. But girls don't choose guys like that. They don't look at the guy, oh, he's so handsome, so he must be the right guy. No. They get to know the guy, and no matter how good looking he is, if the guy is an asshole or doesn't have things going for him, they won't. Girls are smarter than us. They move on. They find something that they can build something on, something with. Or just hang in there and just enjoy themselves. Depends on what kind of girl they are. So you thinking that the girls don't like you because of your looks, it's all bullshit. Stop that nonsense. Who you are is not what you look like. Who you are is inside your psyche. The conditionings, the beliefs, the understanding, how you handle, you manage, negotiate, deal with your fears, desire, ego, how they affect you, how they make you feel, act, and react the way you do. That's your center. That's who you are. And girls are connecting with that. not with you. Keep yourself in shape and be healthy and exercise. That's a given for everybody's health. And keep yourself fit. You're not supposed to be, not taking care of yourself and expect, oh, you'll be just as attractive as if you would have taken care of yourself. That's unreasonable. But that has nothing to do with who you are, how you look like. Girls are attracted to you far more than you think. It has to do with you, not your looks. So focus on that and go on, live your life, build your life, and stop handicapping yourself with bullshit. Now, George says, keep growing a better and better yourself every day. Mehran. Oh, I'm sorry. It says, keep growing and better yourself every day with exclamation mark. Oh, you are. Obviously, you're continuing saying that you keep growing and you're bettering yourself every day. That's great. It says, Mehran. Oh, Mehran preaches such insight into life that people nowadays just don't pay so much time to. Yeah. When you start listening and bettering yourself, you feel better. Thank you, sir, every day. My pleasure, George. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. I'm delighted that you're enjoying the channel. Michael says, have you ever been very, very disappointed from a girlfriend, and can you remember the one that you still love and changed your life? No, nobody changed my life. I changed my life. Why should you wait for some girl who's hasn't changed her own life to make yourself believe that she's gonna be there to change your life? Why? Change your life yourself. Figure out what you want to be and be that person. No. Disappointed from a girlfriend? Why should I be disappointed from a girlfriend? People are different. You shouldn't expect so much from someone to be just like you or to see things the way you see it. Different consciousness, different person, different understanding, different reactions, different actions. You know, we're all reaction machines, reactory. We're not really basically ourselves anymore. Human beings are mostly conditioned to be react to things. We react to things. We don't initiate anything. We just react. Oh, she said that one. I feel like they say, oh, that happened. Okay. Oh, I should do this. We're just reacting to everything, and relationship the same. Because you expect not to be responsible about how you feel, but you want things to make you feel good. And if you don't feel good, it's about things. You're not searching for the reason inside you. Why am I feeling this way? Where is it coming from? What's the root of it? What am I expecting? Why should I expect that? Oh, I've been conditioned to expect that. Well, I don't have to expect that. Who says that I should expect that? It's a condition. I shouldn't follow conditioning. It's a thought. I shouldn't follow a thought. Well, I've been conditioned to think this way. Well, I don't want to think that way. Well, you're the boss. You can change all that. Well, as long as you're not, well, then you're waiting for some girl to come and change your life. And you're disappointed from her. Why are you disappointed? Who do you think she is? Perfection? No. Absolute? You don't live in an absolute universe. How do you expect people to be absolute? Don't be surprised if they change. The fact that you don't expect them to change, that's what shocks you. Expect them to change. Expect everything to change. So when it does, in your relationship, then you're not surprised. So, oh, okay, it's a human being. But you turn her into an angel. Oh, my backbone is solid. I count on her. She is this and that. Then you made something out of an image of her in your mind, but she's not the image that you made of her in your mind. She's a human being and subject to mistakes and influences and being affected by things and lack of good judgment or good judgment, all kinds of things. So do not make your girlfriend or your boyfriend to something that then you would be shocked if they're not measuring up to the image that you've made of them in your own mind. That's unreasonable. Now, Wayne says, 46, male, Ireland. My ex-girlfriend broke up with me because she was concerned by age difference. She was 33. Going forward, what age bracket do you think would be age appropriate for me? That was age appropriate. There's nothing wrong with 46 and 33. She was just full of it. You're at the best time of your life. Go on. Find someone else who can appreciate you. That's the end of that. Well, you know, if you don't have a, like, 30 years difference or 20 years difference, mind you, if you're 40 and a girl is 20, that's too young, and you're just not in the same page as she is anymore, and she's not the same page that you are. She still wants to do things that you've already done, and the conversations would not be, it's just totally different. You should never agree to that. It's neither good for you nor a balanced arrangement for her. Both of you have different things in mind, different things you want to accomplish in different stage of life. But if you are, if she's 33 and you're like 45, I don't see a problem there. She's mature enough and you're mature enough. She is at the best time of her life as a mature, wise, experienced woman, and you at 45, 40, 46, you're at the best time of your life, mature, wise, and figure things out. So it'll be possibly a good one, I guess. That's one of the equations. It's not the only equation. It's one of the equations. Achilles says, Achilles 25 says, what's up, Mehran? How are you, sir? Antoine 51, male, Los Angeles, sending you many blessings. Thank you very much, Antoine. Appreciate the blessings and the kind words. Dawn says, haha, no, no. No, not a palace. I'm renovating a house on my own. It's a huge task, but has to be done. As you know, my dad died, and I am decorating the house to rent it out. Ah, I see. I must have forgotten. Okay then. Shoo then, go keep painting. Don't waste time. Don't goof off. Go now. You're not gonna get paid for it. So where were we? David Smith, male, 32, UK. It's been a year and a half since my 8-year relationship with my ex ended. 8-year relationship. So you were what? 34. I mean 24. Where am I? Yeah, 24. It's been a year and a half since my 8-year relationship with my ex ended. I started dating a girl recently for the first time since, okay. It lasted a month, then she ended it. Even though it was only a month, I feel I got attached too quickly. Yeah, of course, because you went on fasting and you stayed hungry, walk in a desert, thirsty and hungry. And when you got to the first restaurant, you just thought that's the best restaurant ever. because I haven't had anything to eat, and this, whatever they have, it's the best. And that's why you were overwhelmed, and you perhaps, I don't know, overdid it, and you paid so much attention and too much interest, and that person wasn't confident enough, and she thought she's all that. And that usually, it's a deal breaker. Because when people are not confident, if you pay too much attention to them, they think, oh, well, then why is he paying so much attention to me? I don't think I'm that hot. So if he pays so much attention to me, then maybe, and I don't think I'm that much, then he must not be much. Then I don't want him. That's probably how the logic went. And David says, only a month. I feel I got attached quickly, and that worried me. Should I avoid dating for a while? No, date more, but date for date, not for relationship. Just date. If you think that you're dating to make it into a relationship, that's a problem. For a while, just date. This girl, another friend, go to a movie, go to an outing, go to an activity, go to sporting activities, play, not just watch, go to dinner, go to tea, converse, talk, just socialize. Not that, oh, I'm on a date to make it to be romantic. No, be on a date just to converse with another female human being. That's it. Then after a while, you get used to the fact that there is no drought. I'm not in the desert. I'm not thirsty. I'm not super hungry. I will eat when I'm hungry. I know there is food there. I will drink when I'm thirsty. I know there is water there. I don't have to be overwhelmed. And then when you are back to yourself and you see abundance, then you begin to behave normally, subtle. And then they will be attracted to you, because you're not running like a bull into the smorgasbord, food, No. Gotta chill down a little bit. Let them feel your qualities rather than putting it all out there. Oh, I love you, you're wonderful, and I'm this, accept me. That's the kind of feeling, even if you don't say it, they feel it. So settle down. And for that, you need to, practice. You don't go to a soccer tournament before you have had many friendly warm-up games. So this is it, the friendly games you should have. Nothing more. And if you turn out to be a little bit intimate, well, provided you exercise safe sex and all that, why not? But don't think that every date you go has to be a relationship. All right. Especially after, a year and a half drought. Achilles 25 says, Mehran, I had an ex 10 years ago. Congratulations. I still think about her once in a while. Yeah, sure. She cheated on me sometimes. It still stings a little when I recall things. Yeah, it may, but just consider her being a lowlife. That's all. Just don't think of it as if she was this and then cheated on you. No, consider her, she cheated on me because that's her level of understanding and class. So don't think of her anything more. So when you remember her as, oh, okay, someone that I was in a relationship with, but that's what she did. Forget it. Not worth it. Move on to another memory. And he says, is that normal, or is there something wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. We all could think about some pleasantry or pleasant relationship that we had, or at least if it wasn't pleasant, one part of it could have been, and you may be drawn to that part of it because human being's brain doesn't want to think about the bad things, thinks about the good things. So even if their relationship was bad, you will find the good things in that relationship, in that bad relationship, and you'll focus on that just to enjoy yourself, because we're always looking for something to soothe us down, calm us down, give us psychological security, and we usually find that through pleasurable experiences. And so you're drawn toward pleasure. Now, focusing on what kind of pleasure you should pursue, that's the key. Because pleasure makes you feel good, but not everything that makes you feel good is good for you. So that's the part they should focus on. Otherwise, human being is drawn to pleasure, but not every pleasure is good for you. They should be aware of that. So same thing here. So you think about her because you're seeking pleasure and comfort, and sex and intimacy for a heterosexual male is very important, and that's what you gravitate towards thinking. But that doesn't mean you should think just because it came to your thoughts and a good part of the relationship came to your thought, then the whole relationship was good. Quickly focus on the things that were not so good if you feel sensitive about it. And when you think about the stuff that wasn't good in it, then you will devaluate it and you'll just enjoy the memory that you had for a second and then move on to other memories and other things you got to do. There's nothing wrong with you. And Emmanuel says, thanks a lot for your answer, dear Mehran. You're quite welcome. Purya says, 20 male Iran. Oh, you guys reached here? You can reach. Finally, Purya, you haven't been around for a while. Is that because of connection in that neck of the wood? And Purya says, I lost my dad to... Oh, really? My lovely dad having suicidal thoughts and don't know how to cope with this absence. Well, listen. You know your dad loved you, I'm sure. Do you think he would be thinking that, oh yeah, go kill yourself? No. He wants his son to continue his legacy, to continue his name. He wants his son to accomplish what he is there to accomplish. To become someone that you would be proud of. You, yourself. Purya. That's what he's thinking. That's what he's wishing. He's not gone. His physical being is gone. His consciousness and experiences help the universe to become that much wiser and more known. And he's going to be in the universe, the same universe you are, but you're in a different form. Suicidal thoughts will not satisfy him and put him at ease, feeling good and happy that you're capable of taking care of yourself. That's what your dad wants. I lost my dad too. And I love him to bits. And I think of him every day. I have his picture on my wall. But I know what he expects from me. He didn't work so hard and provide everything for us for me to kill myself after he's gone. He wants to see someone who can take on the world. Something that he produced is me. And I should be here. Standing guard. Continue his journey. I am a continuation of his journey. Because it's not his journey. It was a journey that started from the beginning of man. Every one of us are trying to complete that journey that began thousands and thousands of million years ago. The whole question of existence. We're all helping out through our experience in this world, through our experiences in this life, to help more knowledge to be known through our experiences to the universe, which is the source that we come from. We are tentacles for this organism of the universe. Through us and our experiences and our lives all around this universe gains intelligence. and your father did his part, and you continue this journey from picking up from where your father left off. That's your duty. Your father expects you to complete that, to live good, be good to yourself, take care of yourself, be a good man, accomplish as much as you can, live happy, and learn and continue learning and use what you learn from his existence. That is what you're supposed to do, to make him proud, to make him feel comfortable that I did something. If every one of us kill ourselves when our father dies, what have they accomplished? We are killing their accomplishments. We're destroying their work, their lifetime of suffering and efforts to bring about us, so we can be a helpful hand to continuation of this journey of life and its experience of this universe and the way that we have been chosen to live in this life and experience and help expanding the knowledge that goes around in this universe. That's what you should be focusing on. You have a responsibility now. You can't just be thinking of this kind of nonsense. Your father will be proud of you once you start thinking balanced. He says, my mother has panic attacks as well. She's almost out of control. I can't take it anymore. Well, yes, you can. You're a man. And you are now responsible to help out. And you can. You're bigger than you think you are. This is your test. This is where you become a man. We are all hit at one time or another in our lives with the hardest hit. Could be many times, not just once. One of these hits is when we lose a loved one. In this case, you lost your father. But that is the beginning of your manhood. They leave us at a certain time so we can become men. Until they're around, we are still boys. We're still a son, which is lovely to be. But the final completion of where we are as a mature man, responsible to make this life and this world a better place, is when they decide, or it's times for them to leave us. That's when the actual transformation, the final transformation in us takes place. Do not underestimate the importance of this moment and this mission that you are now been given to by your dad. Carry on. We all did, and we will. Give it time. All those interests will come back. Build. This is the time you show the metal you're made out of. You are becoming a man. Embrace it. You can do it. I'm watching you, expecting to see a few years from now, you say, yes, I did it. I made it. I was able to. I'm that much more powerful. When we get struck down with such blow, we become more powerful beyond your understanding, which at that moment you may not understand. But the power generation already started. Just be patient. Go through the motion. Think deep and judge well. Make good decisions and go step by step. Do not pile all things that may be awaiting you onto your vision right now. Bit by bit, day by day, deal with things. You will see there is a purpose for this part of this journey to be in this way. Your father left for a reason. Do not mess up that reason. Embrace it. Use it to become the man that you're supposed to become. Watch for it. Watch yourself grow. Don't lose that opportunity. That's the time. Your time. Muhammad says, M29 from Breakup Cures and You channels, Terrace. How can we have mature and deep mentality to our time and how it passes? Sometimes the good moments, I feel they are so great and pass quickly. The fact the good moments pass quickly scares me, since the life and time is to end one day. Yeah, so what's the hurry? You know, that's what it is. That's what life is. Everything has a duration. But the fact is, when the time ends for you, that's not the end in that shape. It was your transformation. But until then, before you can transform to the next level, you got to do your best here. First, get to know each other. Get to know your capabilities, your abilities, through the hardships, through the things that happen. Then and only then, you could be ready. The fact that good moments pass quickly scares me, since the life and talk. Okay, I still feel that I am not balanced on my consciousness to time, and maybe an advice from you of how to observe good and fair utilization of time might help me. Love and greetings. I'm excited for the new life. I'm excited for the new life. Life talks in May. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. We'll talk about this some other time for the reasons that I will explain later. And BMW Tony has sent us €5. That's wunderbar. Dankeschön. He says, thank you, Mehran. I appreciate you gaming time for us and giving helpful advice. My pleasure. And thank you for your support of the channel. I appreciate it. Tony. Dankeschön. Guten Tag. Actually, it's what? It's nighttime there. Guten Abend. Helen Olkskaya says, grapes means you're fine as the wine. Ooh, you're fine as the fine wine because of your wisdom and wise counsel. And star means I don't have to be a star to be in your show. Well, that just made you star, that's for sure. And thanks for the wine. I mean, for the fine wine. Which is me. I should drink myself. Thank you for the kind words, Helen. So lovely. But you still haven't answered our question. You're dodging it. You're dodging it, Helen. Where in US? And what's the background? All right. Sue H. Wimmel, QML? Am I supposed to read this? Is it a word, or is it a combination of words that just means something to you? Before we go on, guys, there are 25 of us. I don't know how many came and gone. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking most of the time. I mean, that's what I'm here for, I guess. So please do click on like if you like the talk show. Talk show, wow. And if you don't like, don't do a darn thing. Just pass on. Just bye-bye. And don't click on the thumbs down. We want to get algorithm to recognize us by the, thing. So anyhow, if you like it, click on like. And now we go back to our program. So Sue says spot on. I don't know what that spot on is for, Sue, but thank you. Obviously, it was something I said you liked. And since I talk a lot through different questions here, by the time I get to your comments, I don't know where that comment was meant for. And in the meantime, we go back to Tale of Many Names. It says, Mehran, I'm trying to get as many knowledge as I can from your videos, and I am so thankful for that. But there is still something that I can't go through. My boyfriend never says any concrete compliments, but when it happens, he says, I like everything in you. I don't feel valued by him. Aha. Only in the hard times he is mentioning how much he loves me, that I'm beautiful, and so on. I feel heavy sorrow every time when I get compliments or appreciated by the other people. Many times it happens that I get more support from a random friend than him. Well, listen. Have you ever thought, I don't know enough about you guys, both of you, neither you nor your boyfriend, of course I don't know anything about him, and I don't know enough about you and your relationships and really to be able to make a more to the point comment on this. But have you ever thought that he might be actually feeling like he might actually really love you, but he's afraid to say it because he thinks if you hear it and know that how much he loves you or he cares about you, you may get a big head, or you may not be able to handle it, or he may lose ground, which means he's not confident enough about his worthiness that he's avoiding to let you know how worthy you are and how appreciative he should be of being in a relationship with you. Perhaps this is a way some people use to not lose grounds and feel strong, as they're not so confident to be on the same playing level with you, because they think they may actually cause you lose interest. So they're playing this way of keeping their hands close to their chest so you can't see what's in their heart. And you may constantly chase that rather than being secure and confident that he loves you, and then you not chase that anymore, which would put them at a certain kind of a disadvantage. Why don't you talk to him clearly? Say, listen, you know what? We've been together for this long or that long. Don't you think I deserve to know how you feel about me? Not every once in a while. Well, how would you feel if I just simply, like a vegetable, come and go and not really pay attention to you in a form of an emotional way and not compliment you or not appreciate you? Then what's the meaning of being in a relationship? Are we not in a relationship so we can help each other to feel more appreciated when the world is so ugly sometimes and we don't get fair treatment out there? At least we can get a few kind words from each other and appreciative from the bottom of our heart with honesty, and that could bring certain kind of a value and like class to our lifestyle. discuss that. Discuss your concern, and it's a valid concern. The relationship should be balanced in all kinds of things. It could be divisions and conflicts, but also there should be appreciation, show of gratitude and loyalty, or not by just knowing it in your heart, by expressing it through words and using the power of the meaning of the words to encourage and motivate each other, by making yourselves feel good, worthy, when we live in a world that is constantly conditioned us to be compared, and this comparison has created lots of sickness and diseases and depressions, and people, as they think, oh, they don't measure up, they do measure up, and they hunting somebody to say something nice about them, and they make or break the relationship based on lack of it, or not the right words in it, and they're constantly feeling not adequate. And these are some of the things that people don't realize when they're in a relationship, that the relationship is not just about, okay, I'm yours, you're me, okay, let's go to bed, or let's go do something, or go on a travel. There's also about nurturing each other by energy, and those energy comes from the meanings of the words, and those words should be uttered before they can, the energy of them in them could be felt. That's what I was going for. Now, so talk to him. Now let's go back to where we were. And Sue says, I recommend woman listen to him more than any other relationship coach. Ah, that's my girl. Thank you very much. You are hired for the hour as the promotional manager. Sue, delighted for you to come on board. Sue says, yes, we fall in love through our ears and not our eyes. Sue says, I personally booked Mehran services. I can't tell you what he did for me. He switched my thinking, and I felt I found myself again. Sue, I know your last name is familiar. But you spelled your last name differently. I don't think there was a W there. Let me see. You, correct me if I'm wrong, that was a long time ago, I think. You were in real estate? Were you? Are you, or were you a real estate agent? And anyhow, let me know if I'm remembering you right, because I kind of don't exactly, but I do. If you are who I'm thinking of, then I do remember the conversation. And thank you for the kind words. Karine, my goodness, you have not been around. I've been thinking of you just a few while ago. Say, where is she? She hasn't been around in our live talks at all, or any comments on the videos, which she once in a while at least did watch some of them. So Karine says, hello my friend Mehran, finally today I can join you guys. Yes, we've missed you. You sometimes did join, and often I did see, at least once in a while, your comment on the videos. I perhaps thought that you have overcome all challenges and no need for our channel anymore. Michael says, do you believe in God? The question is, do you believe in God? What I believe or don't believe has no bearing on your life. You got to find your own equilibrium, your balance. You know, people could call God different things. That's a big conversation, which I'm not prepared to go into it now, because it's going to take probably good half an hour at least. And believe me, I think I've talked enough today for discussions as it, but maybe another time we can discuss it. I prefer to discuss that in a little bit closed circuit discussions rather than something so overly. Everybody has their own beliefs, and for them, if they can handle any discussion on that, that would be good. But some people can't, so we don't want to make people uncomfortable here. Helen says, Mehran, you make me so laugh loud. You're funny. Thank you. I'm learning a lot today. Yes, you're funny and you're learning a lot today, but you still didn't answer my question. You are not no soup for you. So she doesn't give information. Now, we will make it mandatory, our protocol. Man or female, man or woman, or whatever your gender is, how old and where are you tuning in from, meaning where you coming from. And I will insist on knowing it, because that would mean that I know a bit about your culture and a bit about your conditioning, your psyche. Then I can tailor make respond to your questions according to how best I can deliver it. See, there you go. There's a purpose for that. And T-Tight, whatever. I know who you are. I mean, at least the name. Says, thank you for sharing your knowledge. My pleasure, dear. Purya says, oh my God, you're a lifesaver, sir. Your dad must be so proud of you at the time. I hope he is. And I know he is. Because I love him. And because I love him, I do my best in this life. I will protect my life. I will not think about these nonsense that you were talking about. I would value my life because I value his life, and his effort for what he did for me brought me to the place that I could take care of myself. I'm not going to sacrifice that for some stupid thing in my mind and lack of understanding of the purpose of this existence and limit it to what I can take or what I can't take. Well, you know. So I'm glad that he came to that understanding. And he says, my dad used to say, I want my son to be a life-saving doctor, one who cares about people, lives not caring about the money. Now I'm studying med, but he won't be around to see me saving lives. Of course he is. He wasn't doing what he was doing for you to be around to see it. He didn't care about himself. He did what he could do for you so you could do what you are meant to do in this life. He was the catalyst. He was the angel that brought you to the point to fulfill your destiny, to fulfill your mission. And now you want to abandon that or think about abandoning it just because he has left town? He just left town. He had to go somewhere. And that's really how you should look at it. Because his existence in the form that he came with, which is the energy of the universe, that never dies. Energy of the universe doesn't die. Where does it go? Outside of the universe? No, it stays around. It's just not packaged in the same entity and the same form that it was packaged for a while, as we all are. We die, our energy goes back to where it came from, which is the universe. So, in reality, he hasn't left, and he is witness to what you are doing or not doing. And definitely, you want to make him continue to be proud of you. So, go on. Go on, become that doctor. Fulfill his legacy and make it yours. And he says, he left me too soon. Yeah, he's always too soon. Now I am in charge of my younger sister and my mother. There you go. That's my boy. And he says, I'm going to save as much lives as I can. Once he said, a man should not be afraid of his own death when all his missions are accomplished in his world. There you go. Death is not the end. I have a chapter in the book, in my book. I believe it's called death the beginning. Something like that. Hang on. Let me see if I can. I believe there is a chapter here I wrote on that subject. I wonder if I can find it just to see if it's here. The ones who have the book Me, My Psyche and I, which I highly recommend it. Stay with me, guys. Be patient. I want to find this. I know I have written it. It's here. Chapter 65. Death is the beginning of reality now. Death to life. Death to life. The second part of life. I knew I had written something about it, but it's 66 chapters. I didn't remember. It was a few years ago. So that could be something to read. All right. Now, yes, good, Puriya. I'm now feeling better about you. Good. Be patient, continue. Now, Sue says, I'm still here. Okay. What did I say? What, was I wondering that you left? Oh yeah, I see. When I got to your question, yes. Thank you for letting me know. See, I get the answers a little bit. There's a delay here. Let's see. Why is this here? There we go. Okay. And Mash Z says, thanks for the positive talk, Mary. You're quite welcome, Mash. And this is your first time here, is it? I believe it is. Otherwise, you would probably help us and let us know a little bit about you as far as male, female, which of course the little thumbnail shows male, and how old you are and where you're tuning in from. That would be wonderful to know. Gives us a little bit of a, idea about who we are talking with. Petite Man says, I've gained weight. Oh, well, then you're no longer petite. No. Petite Man says, hello, Mehran. I have been busy for the past few months studying for my upcoming exam. I really miss your talks. Well, you better have missed my talks. Otherwise, if you don't miss it, you will not make a note to join us when you can. Well, I'm delighted you could join and continue your studies and make yourself proud. There are things you got to accomplish in this life, and it all starts with completing your learning process of whatever it is that you're trying to learn. Billy Hawk says, hello, Mehran, 22 male Greece. I want to meet new girls. Well, can't help you there. And I think I'm normal looking with good qualities. All right? Girls are not looking just for your looks. Remember that. They're looking for your manners, the energy exchange, how you treat them, how they feel comfortable with you, how you make them feel protected. Not necessarily get in a fight with other guys just because they looked at you, girl. No, not that. Feel protected, meaning even from yourself. Your words are kind. Your touch is, meaning touch with your words, is soft. Makes them feel comfortable, relaxed, and safe. You always make women feel safe, and that's number one. And then they like you. And then depends on what activities you guys share, and the bonding will take place, and you go from there. Things is I feel highly uncomfortable with my body shape, and it affects my confidence. And go bloody change it. Go exercise. Go to your doctor, make sure you're healthy, and go to continue exercise on your level, and don't give up. because you can't, you know, get into the shape that you like in 1 or 2 weeks going to the gym. You got to be persistent. Go to the gym 3-4 nights a week for 1 year and change your eating habits according to what your body needs, the kind of calorie you need. If you need, let's say, 2,600 calories a day to maintain your weight, then drop it to 2,000 calories. Drop 600 calories every day and increase your exercise. But first talk to your doctor to make sure you're all good for it, because I don't know what your situation and condition is, and I'm not a doctor, so I want to make sure you take care of yourself before you go and do any exercise. But if you do, you got to figure out how many calories you need to maintain your weight as it is, and therefore you drop safely from that by exercise and altering your intake of nutrition. Food, that is. Now, let's go on to, and Billy says, I already am working on it, but I still feel the need for human touch and communication. Any advice? And this is, yes, go communicate with girls and don't think about how you look or how unfit you are. Focus on how you treat them. That's what's important when you're with them. Not about how they see me. No, you help them to see the you, not the outer shell of you. That outer shell is not what they're having relationship with. It's who you are, your center, that they will be having relationship with. So focus on introducing your center, who you are, and how you treat them. You know, just bit by bit. Don't overwhelm them. Okay, now Sue says, I booked you in 2016. Yes, I know then. Yes, same last name. Yes, I'm real estate agent. There we go. I have not lost my memory yet. Because I'm sure you know there's so many people I talk to on not just the videos and comments and so on, also on Skype. And sometimes it surprises me that I do remember the conversations of so many people still when they remind me a little bit of it, or at least something triggers, I would recognize who they are. Well, I'm delighted that you're here, Sue. And I remember you introduced a friend of yours to me that she never contacted me actually, but I remember that part of the the depth of my recollection of what we talked about and all the details of it, including this part. I think I'm right? Helen says, Mehran, what? Schroeder of Charlie Brown. And the Peanut says, Charlie Brown and the Peanut says, to me, love songs are like eating too much ice cream. Okay. And still you're not telling me anything. You're very good at that, aren't you? I don't even remember what I asked, that now I have to put this into perspective. What did I ask that she's now saying this? And Black Hat, oh, where have you been, Black Hat? Says, hi Mehran, 31-year-old male from Argentina, dealing with a 34-year-old female. She told me she was attracted to some guy at work. She broke up with me because I got jealous about she feeling attraction. Well, aren't you supposed to feel jealous? What are you, a cucumber? You've got feelings, of course. It's the same as if you tell her, well, there's a girl at the office that I'm attracted to. Would she be jealous? If she's not, well, she's a potato. It's natural to be jealous, but leaving you because you got jealous, well, why don't we focus on why are you attracted with another guy when you're in a relationship? We can be attracted to as many girls, or girls could be attracted to as many guys as they want to, if they don't have a mandate in their mind that I'm in a relationship And my relationship with my girlfriend is not based on just the looks of her, is based on our interaction, our experiences, what we're trying to build together, what connection we have on consciousness level. Therefore, that helps me to know what I'm looking for and not simply be attracted to another girl just because I can. We can all be attracted to, you know, somebody else, but should we? If there are no consideration and focus on that, well then, what's to stop us from never being in a relationship and constantly be jumping around? Oh, well, I can be attracted to 100 girls in a day if I find them attractive to my taste, and I'm sure every one of you can be attracted to as many people as you know, to depending on your lifestyle, as you could be. But then how are you going to manage your relationships and keep a relationship solid and protected and nurturing and growing and developing? There should be some sustainability, and that would mean, oh, put a damper on it. There's no limit of being attracted to a different woman until you command that to become your default setting. That, okay, I can see the beauty, but I'm attracted to mine. That's all. Same thing with the girl. We're not animals just to, you know, act on. You can think about it, but don't act on it. That's the difference between us and animals, I guess. They see it, they act on it. But we're not supposed to be that way anymore. It was maybe, I don't know, 50,000 years ago, or 100 years ago, a million years ago, I don't know how many years ago. They were just focusing on procreation because that was the instinct. Now it's a little bit more sophisticated, and we've learned a thing or two on what other levels we can connect on rather than sexual level. And that shouldn't be enough anymore, because no relationship solely based on sexual level would ever last, because that is not a relationship. That is an instinct. That's a program. That's a default programming in your genes. If you're a heterosexual male, you're attracted to women. If your programming is different, you'll be attracted to whatever your programming, your gene is set for you to be attracted to. And that is not a relationship. That is just how the programming works. To whom you would be attracted, to what gender you would be attracted to. But that's not a relationship. Relationship is about connection on different level. And that connection is what keeps the relationship growing and keep it together, or not. And if one is not conscious of that, then you can always come home every day, say, oh, I'm attracted to this girl. Oh, she says, I'm attracted to that guy. Oh, okay. So why are you together? All right. And he says, I got jealous about she feeling attracted for the other guy. What do I do? How should I have reached that? I really love her. No, you shouldn't love her anymore. Why should you love someone who actually doesn't love you, or is not committed to you, or is not faithful to you, or cannot control herself, or she allows herself to be attracted and act on it? So that's not a solid ground to build anything. She showed her disqualification merits and that's the end of it. You should not even want her back, because what can you count on? We are all human beings. We can be attracted for different whatever we're attracted to every day, but if we can't control that, then what is this relationship going? Where is it going? All right, now Wayne says, Wayne 46, male, Ireland. Mehran, have you ever noticed that in this life a lot of setbacks and bad things can happen to good people? while a lot of bad people seem to live a charmed life. Yes. Yes. That is a question that has come about, but I want to bring your notice to there are also lots of wonderful people who good things are happening to them, but we are not focused on that because we think that's a given. They're good things should be happening to them, but we only focus on the good people that not so many good things are happening to them, which is the one that is notices more. Just like news usually you don't hear anything good in it. It's always bad stuff, because that's what takes the attention. Danger, bad stuff. The mind is set in such a way to always be looking for trouble to save us, protect us by alarming us of troubles. So it looks and is poised to pay attention to problems, challenges, difficulties, dangers. And that's why the news is always talking about dangers and things, because they know that the minds are attracted to that. Oh, what's a danger? Let's listen to that. Because I'm set to protect myself from danger. My mind is responsible to protecting me from danger. So it wants to pay attention to things that is talking about danger. That's why every time you look at the news, listen or watch the news, it's always about horrific things that are happening around the world. You seldom hear anything nice, because that doesn't bring attention off the viewer, and they want to make money from the advertisement, so they put something that the viewer would be enticed to watch. Oh, it concerns me, it could harm me, vaccination, disease, war, this. So they're always in tune, constantly manipulated. So, which of course, if human beings were really humans and human beings and have human qualities, would have not really created all these wars and atrocities around the world, and think that the whole world, the whole reason they're here, you know, is to manipulate resources and take money and greed and destroy others, and just so dumb, stupid, so low in thinking that they're all here with that shallow way of view of life to reap and rape and steal and turn things to money, which so much that they don't even need it, and they think they're living, they're doing something. It's so stupid. I think most leaders in the world are just dumb, stupid, inhumane, causing trouble for everyone around the world. Anyhow, let's get back to where we were. Tale from Many Names says, it brings a lot of insight. Every word you say is precious. Thank you so much, Mehran, for making it clear. My pleasure, dear. I wonder if it's also clear and helpful why we don't have that many people on this channel. You know, instead of 17,000, 16,000, we should have had 1.7 million. Why not? Now, share the videos, guys. We need to be found. Karina says, I'm so busy, but honestly, I learned so many good things from your channel, and I learned how to handle my life in a happy, tranquil, and energetic way. Your videos help me so much. You're one of the best advisors. Oh my goodness, Karina, thank you very much for kind words. I'm delighted that the channel has been enjoyable and helpful to you, and it pleases me nothing more than hearing all these wonderful things about you wonderful people. Thank you for sharing that with us. Black Hat says, I didn't even get mad. I only started asking some questions and she broke up. I'm sure if I had told her I was attracted to other female, she wouldn't even talk to me ever again. Yeah, that's right. So that's your cue. Move on and don't care. Majid says, Salam Mehran Agha. Salam Majid. Hello, how are you, dear? Good to see you. Hope all is well with you, Majid. Black Hat says, I'm supposed to just let it pass if she tells me she's attracted to other guys? No. You're just supposed to say, well, yeah, we are human beings. We get attracted to this and this. What if we act on it or not is the question. Now, and he says, she even told me she would pursue a relationship with him under other circumstances. I see. Well, now that's her circumstance. So don't worry about it. Move on. Helen says, from the beautiful state where bears and kindest people are. Okay, now we're getting into a a quiz, what is it? I forgot the words. Anyhow, from bears. Bears. Well, there are bears in Russia, but there are bears in Canada. So that's no help. All right, Helen, I give up. All right, next time you ask a question, I'll talk in riddles. That's all right. We'll do something about that. Puria says, I can't find the proper words to thank you, sir. All my friends know you and know what you have done for me since my breakup 2 years ago. I will try my best to get my hands on your book. Since I'm in Iran, there are barriers between me and the book. Yes, I know. I understand that. Puria says, if you know any ways that I can purchase the original book from Iran, please tell me. puria@gmail.com. I'm going to take care of the family now. Okay, good for you. The books are not in Iran. They were sold here in print in Indigo bookstore here in West Vancouver, and they're all on my site in the form of ebooks. But let's see if I can find a way. We'll see. That's Puria. All right. Now, Excalibur says, my brother from another Persian mother. Hello, Excalibur. Hope you're doing great. Haha. Okay, what's a haha? Yeah, I'm doing great. I mean, you hope for me, right? It's not a joke, is it? You really mean it, don't you? Says, I'm doing well, just passing by to drop a like. I wish you a great day. Thank you very much, Excalibur. I appreciate it. There are 19 of us here. We're like a yo-yo. We were 27, then 25, then I don't know what happened. Then we went 17, when we were 19. So we're almost to the end of our discussion here anyhow, and I appreciate anyone who stuck around. And if you're here, please click on like and do check my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. And if you want to talk to me on Skype, click on talk to me for a consultation and make an appointment, and we'll discuss what's concerning you one-on-one on Skype. Explore it together. And Black Hat says, Mehran, she has broken up with me like 10 times in the past, but I pressure her and we always come back. I know she is not happy with me. I'm being selfish. Am I being selfish? I really love her. Should I let her go? Why should you love someone who doesn't love you or plays all these games or says she's not happy? Okay, she's not happy with you. She's bound to go somewhere and gonna break your heart. You make the decision and tell her, have a nice day, have a nice life. I don't want to be a stumbling block. You don't appreciate me, you don't think you're too good or whatever. Go find what you're looking for. I don't have time for this anymore. I appreciate your relationship, that you gave me your time for this many, whatever it was. And then now I better off to build something solid for myself and somewhere that I'm welcome. That's it. Done with it. Should I let her go and be happy with another man? Should I let her go and be happy with her? Yeah, well, let her go. If she wants to go, she wants to go. Would that be true love? Who cares about true love here? The fact is not practical. The girlfriend is not being a girlfriend. What do you want it for? Why do you want a woman who doesn't want you? What's wrong with you? Don't you have any respect for yourself? And you say, I want to see her happy. Well, that's fine and dandy, and that's admirable. But you should, what about you? What about seeing yourself happy? Are you happy? You're not. How can you be happy with a woman that doesn't feel that she wants to make you happy? You deserve more. You deserve better. You have never had a good girlfriend. You never know what a beautiful, good girlfriend is all about. She loves you, she likes you, she wants to be around you, she wants to do things with you, and you would be feeling a certain feeling that you never had from this girl, who you're the one who just want to do things for her, but not her. She's sitting on a pedestal. Just kick the pedestal and let her go, and let her find her own seat. And you go and find someone who appreciates you and likes the kind of wonderful person and kind person that you are. And then you know the meaning of a girlfriend. This girl is not representation of all wonderful women out there. Do not let her do that to you. That you will end up thinking she's the best, she's the highest of quality of the woman around, and then when it doesn't work, she leaves you. You don't want to go out with any other girl for a long time because you thought, oh, the best, I had the best. No, you don't have the best. You have some girl who's into herself or something. Move on. Find another girl who appreciates you, and then see if they reciprocate the wonderful things that you offer, the good feelings, the kindness, the honesty, the commitment, and then you will feel what the relationship is all about, how it makes you really feel. Until you have that feeling, you think this is great, but this is not great. This is nonsense. Move on. There we go. So now, Tale of Many Names says, I totally agree. I'm delighted that you agree, but I don't have a clue what you're agreeing to because I forgot what it was I was saying. But I'm sure you heard it right, and I'm delighted that it was helpful to you. Excalibur says, no, I do hope you are great. I'm driving and heard you were like a yo-yo. Our numbers go up and down. And of course, I laughed for a minute. Straight. Hope your back is totally fixed by now, lol. Well, I hope so too. I've been going to the gym, and I was at the gym, what was it, last night? No, night before last. I'll go tonight. And so far so good. Looks like it's getting stronger, I hope. And Excalibur says, I joined 2 hours late. Did you use the magic phrase, who gives a shit, this session? I believe I do. I think that's my call sign. David says, Mehran, remember my idea about Farsi channel, but you said there is not enough demand. If you filter your videos by most popular, one of them is your video in Farsi with 26,000K. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, that's probably the one I talked about, blood pressure. I think that's the one. But look, the ones who find me from Iran, they speak English, and doing this program in Farsi is not easy for me. Although I speak fluent Farsi, but it depends on what you're talking about. If I want to talk about Aikido, meditation, mind and body coordination, universal energy, and our relationship with the energy of the universe, our relationship between our mind and body, all of that, or talking about the psyche, consciousness, thoughts, how thought is born, what is consciousness, how does it come to get to be fear, desire, ego, pleasure, all these things, mechanical process and order, all that, I have a hard time flowing it as I flow it in English. I can't flow it as I do in English in Farsi, because I didn't learn them in that language. I learned them, I researched them, I wrote on them, I elaborated, I analyzed them, I thought of them, contemplated on them, pondered on them, all in English. So suddenly wanting to think that, oh, now I can do it in this way in English, I can do it in Farsi too, I think I might not, you know, be as good as I want. The programs that I did for a Farsi-speaking television station in Los Angeles, I did 6-stage program in Farsi, but I had to practice it before I put it on and before I went on the program with them or created the program for them. It wasn't that fluent for me. I had to figure out, and I don't want to put that challenge for me. I mean, look, there's a bigger English-speaking population around the world. We can't be found by them, let alone if the numbers are much less. So although, you know, anyhow, that's the challenge. David says, actually, it's 21K views now that I look again. Okay. So you lied 5,000? Is that? Wayne Harmon says, Wayne, 46, Ireland. Within the past 5 years, I've experienced separation leading to divorce, my father passing, business pressures, and girlfriend's breakup. Your videos have given me strength. Ah, Wayne, music to my ear. Thank you very much for sharing that. I appreciate that. I'm delighted that the videos have been helpful through your journey. David says, okay, no, I saw David. Excalibur says, call sign, who gives a shit? Lol. Any plans, any plane or ship with such a luxurious call sign? Yeah, I can imagine. People are getting on the aircraft and the airliner going from one place to another, and the airliner they see says, who gives a shit? That's really reassuring, for sure. The captain comes online before the takeoff, says, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking on behalf of the Who Gives a Shit airline. I hope you have a safe flight, but then again, who gives a shit? Okay. David says, okay, I will leave you alone. Yeah, David, leave me alone. This is already big enough. So Excalibur says, don't worry, Mehran. David just came back from giving private protocol lessons to the Japanese emperor and just want to help the channel. Yes, I know. He's been very helpful. By him just being here every time, that's a good help. Excalibur says, on that note, hope you have a wonderful day and get a horse to massage your back. The horse, well, actually one day when I was walking my horse, I was back in Iran. I had finished the exercise and I was just taking the saddle off and walking him to dry up before we put him back in his stall. And I wasn't paying attention the distance between my hand and his mouth, and the distance between his head and me, and where I was in relation to him. Which of course naturally you're supposed to hold it differently, and we were learned to have the bridle right close to the mouth, a little bit lower so it'll be comfortable for him, and have the elbow this way while we walk, so in case he wants to turn his head to bite, the elbow would stop him because his neck would be softly close by to our elbow, so he would know his limits and we would be safe. But this time I had it long and I was walking in front of him, which is a no-no for the horse that you don't know well enough. And he simply went up and hit me with his hand right on my back. I was lucky to just get a bit of it and moved out of the way, but I got hit. Just imagine. So that's not the kind of massage I'm looking for. For my back, I can do a better job myself, that's for sure. And Leah V says, sir, how do I know if I'm over my ex? You know, because you don't give a shit about him anymore. That's it. By the way, love your laughter. Well, delighted to hear that. And I love for you to be here, and I'm delighted that you're here and helping the channel to get more exposure and get more encouraged. Excalibur says, lol, 4 times, says your captain impression, liked it. Really? Excalibur says, we hope you have a wonderful flight, but then again, okay, that's right. That was funny. I'm going to listen to that myself. That was actually a good bit. David says, that's right. Yes, yes. And Excalibur says, best airline of 2019. LOL. And says, oh shit, that's one hell of a message. That's true. Well, looks like we hit all the questions, guys. We are victorious to go through the day as well, and we made €5. Don't forget, this whole 2 hours and 36 minutes and 42, 43, 44, 45 seconds was not wasted. It helped lots of people, and we made good money for the channel. So, and thank you from Tony BMW. I appreciate that. Okay, now it's time for me to thank you guys and tell you that I appreciate you giving me time to share some views and points of views with you. I love you all, and thank you for being here and helping the channel. Please do continue share the videos on your social media, and do put us on the map any way, shape or form, legally of course, that you can. And perhaps some interviews, if you can arrange your connections in some mediums with me, would be great and helpful. Otherwise, I look forward to talk to you again, perhaps tomorrow. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.